Hello, and welcome to Mosiah Chapter 19 from the Book of Mormon. Let's get started with the return of the king's army. And it came to pass that the king's army came back empty-handed, and they were about to return to the city of the people of King Noah. And it came to pass that the king's army did come to the place of the people of the Lord, and they were unable to find them. The forces were small, and divisions began among the people. And it came to pass that there was one among them who had a sword, and he was angry with the king, and he said unto the king, Thou art a wicked man, and thou hast led this people into sin. And the king's wrath was kindled against him, and he drew his sword, and was about to slay him. The people were divided, and threats against King Noah started to escalate. Gideon, a strong man, and an enemy to the king, drew his sword, and vowed to kill him. As the conflict grew, King Noah tried to escape. As Gideon pursued the king, saw the Lamanite army approaching, and cried out for mercy. In a desperate move, the king pleaded for his life. King Noah begged Gideon not to slay him, as the Lamanites would destroy them all. Gideon spared his life, and the king ordered everyone to flee into the wilderness. And it came to pass that they fled into the wilderness, and they did take their tents and their families, and they did flee into the wilderness. And it came to pass that the Lamanites did come down against the people of King Noah, and they began to slay them. And the Lamanites did pursue them, and did slay them with a great slaughter. The king then commanded all men to abandon their families and flee. Although some men refused to leave their wives and children, others complied. And it came to pass that the women did plead with the Lamanites that they would not slay them, and they did give unto them their gold and their silver, and all their precious things. And it came to pass that the Lamanites did take possession of the city, and they did slay the people, and they did take the women and children, and did make them slaves. And now the king of the Lamanites had commanded his people that they should not slay the prisoners, but that they should take them, and make them slaves and tribute. Limhi, son of King Noah, was among the captives. Though he didn't want his father destroyed, he was aware of his father's iniquities. Still, the people secretly searched for the king and his priests. The king suffered a fiery death at the hands of his own people. His priests managed to flee further into the wilderness. The men of Gideon then returned to Nephi. They met the people and learned of the tribute agreement and the king's death. Limhi was informed and eventually took over as ruler of his people. Limhi established peace in his new role. He made an oath to the Lamanite king to pay tribute, and the Lamanites put guards around the land. And also, Limhi, being the son of the king, having the kingdom conferred upon him by the people, made oath unto the king of the Lamanites, that his people should pay tribute unto him, even 1/2 of all they possessed. And now, King Limhi did have continual peace in his kingdom for the space of 2 years.